Hello everyone. Today we are going to explore how to make a sprite move by changing its costumes. Yes, so we want to see the sprite that is on your screen to be perhaps walking or running or showing a different kind of movement. Now, for today's session, I do not want Pingu, so I'm going to remove it. And I am going to be double clicking on people, and I will check first of all which of the sprites are able to show me a kind of movement. For example, you can see Avery's hands are moving up and down. So yes, over here there are different costumes involved. Then you can see this Avery walking. So there is change in the postures. So we can see every moving. So we can use the sprite. Okay. What about Ben? Yes, we can also use Ben because his body is able to move. What about Better? Yes, Better's body is also able to move. Okay. What about Danny? Yes, now here there are different costumes that are there, but I do not see Danny walking. I cannot see the movement of Danny walking or running, just like how Better and Avery are changing their leg positions. But here the leg positions are the same. So I am going to use a sprite which does not show me movement. Okay, so I am going to pick on Avery. You can pick on any sprite of your choice. So for instance, if I choose Avery, okay, I have Avery over here in my workspace. And then I am going to be looking for a backdrop. And so I prefer forestry. Now, because my backdrop does not appear in its full form, so I am going to click on backdrops over here, and then I click on backdrop here, and I click convert to vector. Then I am going to extend the edges so that I can see it in full form. Okay. So now I have Avery over here who is going to be walking for us. Now, how can I code to make her walk from one end to the other? First, I click on event, and then I drag when green flag is clicked. After that, what I do next is that I want to control Avery who is going to be walking for us. So I am going to click on control. And what am I controlling? I want to control her movement repeatedly. So that's why I'm selecting repeat until. So I want her to repeatedly walk until she touches the edges. So this is the right edge, and then there is also the left edge. So I'll click on sensing, and then I drag this code. So when she's going to repeatedly walk until when she touches the edge. Okay, now this code is already here, but what comes in between this? So I want her to repeatedly do what until she touches the edge? I want her to repeatedly move. So I put this move 10 steps block here. And then after every 10 steps, I want her to change her costume. If you see here the costumes, so these costumes are going to be showing her movement. Okay, all these different postures create movement, and so that is the objective of today's class, to show how different costumes or different postures can show a movement that is happening. So now I want her costumes to keep on changing. These costumes should keep on changing. So first this costume will appear, then this costume will appear, after that this costume will appear, and finally this costume will appear. So I go back to code and I click on looks and I search for next costume. So her costume will change. And then I click on green flag to see, oh, but she's moving extremely fast. I don't want her to be changing her costume so fast. And therefore I click back on control and I select the wait block. So maybe after every 0.2 seconds, I want her costume to change. So notice right now it's 10 steps. After every 10 steps, her costume is changing, but let's see what happens. Okay. And I'm going to stop, and perhaps I'm going to change it to 2 steps. After every 2 steps, her costume will change. What happens? What happens to the movement? Can you try to identify how smooth is the movement? Or what is the speed of the movement? Does Avery move faster with 10 steps or 2 steps? This is for you to explore. So you can use 10 steps or 2 steps or how many ever steps that you wish for. And you can also play around with your wait seconds. So this is what I have tried to code. Now, here is your task. Choose any kind of sprite or character of your choice and to make that character or sprite move, just like Avery. So the character or the sprite needs to walk from point A to point B. Thank you.